We're going to talk about picking your horse's feet up. Your farrier will certainly thank us for the time we've spent here to do this. How this needs to work and how I believe it should be is when you reach down to pick your horse's feet up, he should hand them to you, like Petey just did. See how he gave me his foot? And I put it down. When I come back here to pick this foot up, he should hand it to me. Okay? Well, that starts at a young age, and what we do with our young horses and our new horses, we get out here and we condition them for that. Well, you don't want to get it to where if you reach down and you grab his foot and pull it up. I don't want to do that. I want him to hand it to me, and I want him to lightly hold it up where I don't have to hold it like it's got weight. Okay, I don't want him to lean into me, and when we're working on his feet, I don't want to have to hold that foot up. I want him to kind of hold it up for me and hand it to me. Some days, Alvin, my hired man that works here, that does our feet, he'll do 20, 30 a day. Well, you can't be wrestling with your horses. That's why all the farriers have got bad backs, and they tell me in Europe that the owner has to hold the foot up for the farrier. I don't know if that's true, but somebody told me that here a while back, and I think that's probably a pretty good idea. So to start that process and get him to where he'll pick his feet up lightly, it's good to come out in the open like this and just get you a 6-foot or 7-foot rope like this, okay, and come between his legs, realizing we've already got him to where we can lead him with his foot. We went over that in our prior videos, where I can take this rope and I can ask him, are you stretching this morning, Petey? Huh? All right, come on. Okay, see here? Just lightness. So when he yields, I release. When he yields, I release. So I'm going to take that now a step further, where I'm going to come over here with this rope, and I'm going to ask him to pick it up, and then I'm just going to hold it. And then I'm going to drop it. Maybe just that short period of time, where a key point is I'm going to drop that foot when I want to drop it. If he pulls that foot down away from me and wants to set it down, that's not appropriate. That's not acceptable. You know, this has got to be my idea, what we're doing here. And then he hands me his foot, and I hold it up like this. And then sometimes I can just stand here like this. And then I can just drop it. Okay. Now it's back. We're going to come back here like this. And you got to watch this, you know. You got to flag your horse out, and you've got to condition him and prepared him for this. If I do this and he acts fractious and afraid of that rope, see as I bring this up and down his legs, so if he were to kick or if he were to get ornery, nobody's going to get hurt. I can drop this rope. He's not tied up. Not a problem. Okay. Another key point is before I did this, I hobbled him. Okay. So he has stood hobbled, you know, for a couple hours. So he's got used to things around his feet. He's gotten used to confinement. He's gotten used to this. Okay. And no, we don't put the hobbles on the back feet for obvious reasons. You know, if we get a horse that kicks, maybe sometimes we will, but you only want to put the hobbles on the front feet. And if you go to a previous video, I've demonstrated how to do that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come right around his ankle like that. I'm going to drop it. Drop it on my terms, not his. So if he wants to pull away and pull his foot down, I'm going to keep that pressure and hold that up. And I want him to take and put all his weight on that other foot. I don't want any weight on this foot that I'm picking up. See, like now he's giving me weight. Now he's picked it up and he's helping me hold it up. Good. And I drop it. Okay. And just work that exercise on both sides. And when you come down to pick his back foot up, I come like this. I come down his leg. I reach right here behind his hock. Pick this up like this. Bring his foot like this. And we're going to work on his foot. Okay. Just like that. Just come right down like this. And if you come like this, if he's to kick or to be unruly, that's going to cast you away. You don't want to come down like this. You're going to catch it right there one time. Okay? A lot of horses, it's just like trailering. They get very fractious and they get very nervous around this situation because they've had impatient people get in a fuss with them about it. And it's a quarrelsome time for them. So I can always tell, you get a horse in, he's used to quarreling. He's used to having to fight to make a living. Somebody's been beating on him and rushing him and not preparing him for things. So you go to clip him or you go to pick his feet up. It's a energetic time. It's a time where there's just too much energy and there's people impatient and there's people in a hurry. But what you got to do is just calm down. And like this. And one thing that we did years ago here that really worked good, and your farrier, you know, you just got to talk to the guy and reason with him a little bit, where if I pick his foot up like this, and I pull it clear up here to work on it, well, that's uncomfortable for him. So when we work on our horse's feet, we're going to hold it down like this, okay? That's a comfortable position for him. I'm not going to pull it clear up here where I can work, okay? And another thing that you want to do is don't hold that up for 20 minutes while you're working on his feet. Give him a break after a few minutes. Put it down. Go work on another one. And that'll pay off for you, because, you know, imagine if you're standing there with your leg up in the air for 5 minutes. Well, you're going to get tired of that. You know, he's supporting weight on 3 where he's used to putting it on 4. So just think about the process of what you're doing. You know, if the guy's got the hammer and he's hitting hard and hitting him inappropriately, or he's making it painful, well, he's not going to want to do it next time. So it's just so important that you think about what his feelings are and what he's thinking about. And I wish you could come here on Wednesdays and watch. We do our feet every Wednesdays here, and just watch. I mean, our horses will stand there very, very, very obediently. And in the event we don't have one that will, happens frequently, Alvin knows to take that horse out there and tie him by himself somewhere. We're not going to get in a fuss with him. And we're going to come back maybe after lunch, and we're going to get our rope and we're going to condition his feet. And we're going to get him to where he picks his feet up gladly before we start hitting him with a hammer and a rasp and everything else. That he's got to learn to pick his feet up. And if it's a quarrelsome event that he's going to resent, and he's going to associate that with just high energy, well, that road goes nowhere. And I think you just need to, like I've always said, start at the beginning, not the end. You can't put shoes on him unless you can pick his feet up first.